Good morning, everyone. A blessed Saturday of the first week of Lent to all of you. Prior to beginning the last of the Saturday of Souls Divine Liturgies, I wanted to take a brief moment to make this quick video. With the sun shining in my face, I apologize, but here on Long Island, it's a very cold and sunny day. Tomorrow, we celebrate the Sunday of Orthodoxy. We have a beautiful reading from the Gospel according to St. John at the calling of the apostles and the reminder that Christ is the Messiah that has come. The beginning of his earthly ministry is highlighted very briefly within this Gospel, and we are reminded of within that Gospel we're reminded that we are all called to be followers of Christ, that we have our moments of doubt that some of the apostles had even at the very beginning of Christ's ministry, but he assures them that he is truly the Messiah, the Son of God, that they should follow. So we have that strong reminder at the beginning of Lent. Regarding the Sunday of Orthodoxy, though, I wanted to take a brief moment and read a highlight from the Go Arch website, the website of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese, which recently has been updated and improved. It's a beautiful website. You should go see it. So just a few highlights from the Sunday of Orthodoxy. For more than 100 years, the Church of Christ was troubled by the persecution of the Iconoclasts and the evil belief, beginning at the reign of Leo with the early 8th century, that icons were not needed, that icons were something that was not according to the doctrine of the Church, that we couldn't worship icons, that we couldn't even venerate icons, that we couldn't see icons, that there should be no images of people, or that we couldn't depict Christ or the saints or the Virgin Mary. There was a question for almost 200 years within the Church, approximately. At that time, the reign of the Emperor Theophilos, in the year, this was the year, he died in the year 842. After Theophilos' death, his widow, Empress Theodora, together with the Patriarch Methodius of Constantinople, established Orthodoxy, reborn, so to speak, or Orthodoxy anew. This ever-memorable queen venerated the icon of the Mother of God in the presence of Patriarch Methodius and the other confessors and righteous men, and openly cried out these words: "If anyone does not offer relative worship to the holy icons, not adorning them as though they were gods, but venerating them out of love as images of the archetype or of the person that the image depicts, let him be anathema, or let him be removed from the Church." With a common prayer and fasting, during the whole first week of the 40-day fast, she asked God's forgiveness for her husband. After this, on the first Sunday of the fast, she and her son, then Michael the Emperor, made a procession with all the clergy and people and restored the holy icons and adorned the Church of Christ in Constantinople with the holy images. This is the holy deed that we all, Orthodox, commemorate on the Sunday of Orthodoxy, and call this radiant, venerable feast the Sunday of Orthodoxy, that is, the triumph of the true doctrine over heresy. And that is the brief reading. You can find it on the Go Arch website right here. Beautiful. Beautiful website, beautiful reading. We conclude the first week of Lent with one of the most beautiful images, and I think memorable images, that people have for Lent as we process our icons through the church, with our youth groups, with our parish council, with the altar boys, to hear the beautiful prayers and the hymns that refer to the victory of the images and the triumph, truly the real victory of iconography within the Church. As we are called within the Gospel lesson, the apostles say to each other, "Come and see Christ. We have found him. Come and see him." We say the same thing when we invite people into our churches to come and see the beauty of our church, our iconography, the hymnography, the architecture, etc. All this is done for God's glory. All this is done that we can remember that we are blessed, that Christ is in our life, that we must always remember, especially now during Lent, to pray, to have that relationship with Jesus Christ constantly. During Lent, especially, to fast. It's not that hard. When we take the time to truly understand fasting and prayer and giving charity, we see these virtues, these very strong virtues during Lent. It brings us that much closer to Christ. And then the celebration of the resurrection, of Pascha and Easter, is that much more enjoyable, or we feel like we have really truly sacrificed something, we have changed for the better, we have drawn closer to Christ, we have become more loving, more compassionate, more merciful, we're not judging, we are more humble, we lose our pride, etc. Take the time to fast, to pray, tomorrow, the Sunday of Orthodoxy, to truly appreciate and venerate with love the icons that we have. Imagine your church being empty or bare without these holy images. May God bless us all with a strong conclusion to the first week of Lent, that we may be strengthened and move forward into the next week again with prayer, with fasting, with charity, and with God's love. Have a beautiful weekend, a beautiful Sunday of Orthodoxy. God bless you.